the Agbowori Baba of Nigeria, special advisor to Bukuari on condolences visits and burial arrangements. Osunbade, fake Pastor Ruga, was in London. Like everyone turned London to museum, where Tifnumbu became the photo. Somehow, all Tom, Dick, and Harry was able to see Tifnumbu. But somehow, they said Tifnumbu snubbed Ekene Shatabandu. And they said the reason was because when this idea of swagger, don't let anybody swagger you or sway you with lie. It's a sweet word. The full meaning of their swagger, as they told us, they said it is Southwest agenda. I don't know what that means. They shall call it swagger. Agenda. And when they say Southwest agenda, I am from Southwest. My hand no dey any agenda. My hand no dey any swagger. I know they wait for one wrapper of Ankara. I'm not one of those waiting for the Congo of rice, or those who are waiting for Omo detergent, or those ones who believe they have class with 1,000 naira, they will do anything. If you make the money 10,000 naira, they will even kill for you. If you ask them, I am not one of them. Swagger, another fraud. Like change, like next devil, the same players, different jersey. Where the man where they chop a mango, where they chop banana, with the poor people because he could relate with them. Ekene Shatabandu, they said, Baba don't learn the trade of deceit in the name of Jesus. And he is expecting to survive, or to succeed Bukuari. Somehow, those boys within those closet boys, the humble slaves with suit and tie, some of them you see on social media every now and then, defending Ekene Shatabandu. They said when they were launching Swagger, Osunbade is not giving support because Osunbade self won't become president of Nigeria. Everybody don't turn to Joseph. So this is not going down well with lifeless Tifnumbu. So what did they do? They decided not to give him the chance to make it look like what he is doing behind them is acceptable. I'm giving you the intel. Intel, they call it intel. I hope you are following me, Sha. This thing where they tell you small. Now small internal cup of tea, where they call them storm inside the cup of tea. Baba, before you know it, the whole thing go crash. You just need to know when it crashes. However, they said the Ekene Shatabandu self get ambition. And somehow, some people don't, they tell them small inside the household rock that he seems to be a very good boy that will play ball. Instead of giving it to Tifnumbu. So this is not going down well with Tifnumbu and the Swagger team. So they snubbed him when he was in London. Baba just decided to go and become motivational speaker for one university in London, where Koiki and many of you, did not give him peace. Baba came to London to come and see their demigod and take a picture and say, I met Asiwaju, Eze Lanati. You know, he's a motivational speaker. And he's also a motivational writer too, on social media everywhere. So they deny him that thing. Baba just decided to go to a university and give this speech there. Motivational speech about how to use solar energy to generate electricity in Nigeria and reduce poverty. The way they went there to disguise. But the true story is, he wanted to see Tifnumbu and the Chenkam. The story didn't end there. back in Nigeria, they say, as they go, as they ought now, everybody is trying to pretend that Osunbade is with them, while Osunbade is also pretending to be the star boy, that when the fight starts, because he knows that there will be fight, he knows that Tifnumbu and every endorsement coming from these rogues are all planned. If you look around you, you ask yourself, which Nigeria is Tifnumbu coming to become president on? Ikene Shatabandu knows that, and he knows the long game. So he's making himself available against the wish of the master, Tifnumbu, of Bodilon. So I just thought I should share that with you. They were among those who said, Yoruba will not break away. We are not breaking away. No. Yorubas have invested a lot. If Tifnumbu tells you that, that's how he says it. He says, Yorubas have invested a lot in Nigeria. Therefore, we cannot part way. When they ask Ikene Shatabandu, what do you think about Yoruba nation? No. It's going to be a difficult one, because we will need to to go and get a visa to come to Kano. Who wants to go to Kano, except if you want to go and do something there? Is that not how it works? If you want to go to Dubai now, is it not because you have something you want to go and do there? If you want to go to Togo, maybe so you go need the visa of Togo. Well, maybe you don't need visa, West Africa. If you want to go to Kenya, is it not because you have something you want to go and do in Kenya? Can you just sleep and wake up and start driving and say, I want to go to Kenya? You the crazy? If you have to go and apply for visa to go to Kano, all of you will respect Kano. You will respect the people of Kano. You will respect Gandola, the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano. You will respect their culture. You will respect their Sharia. You go to Zamfara. You know that if you go to Zamfara, they can kidnap. It's your choice. It's like going to Afghanistan or Syria. Now by choice. But Ikene Shatabandu is saying the reason why we have to stay with Nigeria is because to go to Kano, we're going to need a visa. Therefore, Yoruba nation is, no, we don't need Yoruba nation. Tifnumbu is already flying all over the world. Is he not using visa to go everywhere with his private jets? All of you can still go to Kano. All of you will marry your wife, will marry your children to them. Because that's what they did. The reason why they continue to bargain, to use us as bargain. The reason why you should not listen to them. The reason why I continue to admonish people who want to do the right thing, right? Never to listen to these guys. Never to take them serious anymore. Because, listen, there's no new thing they will say to you. They are just taking advantage of you. You get what I mean now? Just taking advantage. Because there's nothing new they're going to tell you. Okay? They know that without fiscal federalism, Nigeria as a country can never work. They know that. So they spoke a lot about it. Some of them wrote a book about it. Some of them gave speeches all over the place about it. Glorifying, talking eloquently, grammar and all of that. But that didn't result into anything because they were talking to nomads. They were talking to Al-Qaeda, Taliban, and jihadist apologists, but they have no idea. They were speaking grammar. Fiscal federalism is that whatever money they make in Zamfara belongs to Zamfara people. Whatever money they make in Imo belongs to Imo people. And let me tell you something. This would have been the best because that's what our progenitors, our forefathers actually signed up for when they agreed to an independent Nigeria. It was meant to be like that fiscal federalism called regionalism. Do you get that now? Until 1966. It didn't last long before the criminals, the terrorists swap it off. Fiscal federalism, which means the people of Imo, they're not just going to appear on paper as oil-producing states. The Igbo people in Imo State, they will be drilling their oil. They will be using it for every industrial growth that they want in Igbo land. They will create jobs. They will create economy that will suit their lifestyle. That is fiscal federalism. The people of Ogun State, where I come from, we can tap into all resources, both human and natural resources, without any hindrance, and use the proceeds of it to develop ourselves, do a lot of things, build an economy, create jobs locally, create a bigger, buoyant economy that can be bigger than many African countries put together. You get what I mean now? This independence is called fiscal federalism. Edo State is listed as oil-producing states, but they go to Abuja every month to go and beg for money. Ogun State is supposed to be oil-producing state, but they are not listing us as oil-producing states. But we have we have the largest deposit of a liquid natural gas in the whole world. No joke, I'm not even making this up. Go online and read it. Ogun State. And if you go to Ogun Waterside, which share borders with Ondo and others, Ondo State is listed as oil-producing state, but Ondo State government cannot even buy, they cannot buy equipment for those who are supposed to keep people safe, people safe in Ondo State, the security and all of that, because they have to go to Abuja to collect whatever they can give to them. So fiscal federalism would have saved us a lot. And that is independence on its own, where people can then say, we've got all of this, we've got all of that. We don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. People can easily say, well, we have our country anyway. We have our way of life. We have our things. There's nobody trying to come and build Ruga here. There's nobody that is come and trying to force this political ideology that we don't want on us. There will be nobody that, all those things that you don't want, that normally in a country, you should discuss them and they should be respected. Since it's about alien culture overriding the local culture or suppressing it. If the intention is that, even if the intention is not that, and the people feels that that's the intention, what you have to do is that you respect the boundary. You don't push it. That's how a country works. And when you keep pushing it, what do you expect? Unity? Even if you continue to beg for unity, turn yourself to unity beggars, right? You know that the Nigeria you have now cannot work. So these guys told you about fiscal policy, fiscal federalism, fiscal. Something that makes you decide your own thing. You know what I mean? So if Ogun State, if the Yoruba people decide to pull all their resources together to build a mega economy, you get what I mean now? Producing our own oil, have our own refineries, where our young engineer experts are trained in the modern technology of how to build the new world, to build the real world they want to live in. Technology that will bring peace, bring development. Talking about, so we'll be able to do that based on what we have, and that could have been the biggest of the biggest you can come across, one of the biggest in Africa. We have the potential for it. When Lagos State alone is feeding more than 25 states in Nigeria, and it's just because that's how they structure Nigeria. It's not because every other region can't do their thing, but you have criminals who are freeloaders, scavengers and scroungers, people who are lazy and who always live free from others. They always live off others. They are in power. They are not creative. They are not productive. They are nothing but scroungers, pickpockets. So they take from everybody, which makes them feel powerful. That is the Nigeria you have. How do you expect anybody to continue to tell you that such arrangement is not negotiable? And those who actually told us about this fiscal policy, regionalism, restructuring, they campaigned on them. Those who led such conversation, they were Yorubas. Do you know that? And you know them, they are regulars. They're going to come back and tell you that once you give them power, they are going to do fiscal policy, they are going to do, they are all nonsense. 22 years ago, they said that. They were younger than they are now. God knows the age of Tifnumbu as we speak. Even BC Akonde, 22 years ago. Yeah? BC Akonde. I don't know his age now. Some of you who know his age, you can please tell us. 22 years ago, BC Akonde was pretty much, even though he was an elected governor, governor-elect, he said Nigeria may be dismantled. And he said something about if they don't restructure Nigeria. He said, if Nigeria is not restructured, in another 10 years, there will be no Nigeria, but by the grace of God, there will be the Yoruba nation. I hope Baba Akonde, which is still alive. There's another one. Let me see if I still have that on my phone. Where Tifnumbu said, I don't believe in Nigeria. So if all of you take your time to check what is the background of those statements, I think I found it. That's it. I'm going to bring it on your screen. Right? Tifnumbu, one time, he told all of you, he said, he didn't believe in Nigeria. And he gave his reasons. He knew that the way Nigeria is, if you still want to keep that name, you have to restructure the place, right? And let people handle their own affairs. Don't give control over my life to somebody who have never visited my village. Don't tell me to wait for the decision of somebody from a ransacked Fulani terrorist or invested terrorist region to feel the same way I'm going to feel if they displace my people in any part of my region. It won't work. And how difficult is that? The only reason why they are no longer feeling that way is because they now feel like they can have the control themselves. And they actually have people they are deceiving. See, if anybody tells you that the reason why they are following Tifnumbu, the reason why Yoruba should follow Tifnumbu is because if Tifnumbu gets there, it will declare Yoruba nation. That's part of the lies they told them. That all they needed was just to let change happen. Once change happen, Yorubas are going to be in control of their own affairs. Nigeria was going to be restructured. True federalism was going to be implemented. 1997, Tifnumbu told the whole world, it doesn't believe in Nigeria. So everybody who says they believe in Nigeria right now, they are just doing it because of what they want to gain now or what they stand to gain. So if you say you believe in Nigeria, can you tell us what you stand to gain? Maybe we can understand. What do you stand to gain as a person for believing in one Nigeria? Or believing in Tifnumbu, the people who told you about fiscal federalism, restructuring, true federalism, and all those English they spoke to hoodwink many of you. So the point I'm trying to make here is this. The people who brought us here, they can never be part of those that will take us out of here. Swagger, trader money, and all those tricks of how much they love and they are going to, you know what I mean? Every time you validate them, you validate everything I've just told you now, which simply means it's only a madman that we do things, same thing again and again and again, and then we expect a different result. Let's go back to Ibadan, where the governor was telling us what really happened today. In his own words, so I wanted to share that with you just before I go. Sheyi Makinde.
My good people of Oyo State, I'm addressing you today to update you about recent happenings affecting the security of our state. Last night, security operatives responded to a distress call about a jailbreak in the Abolongo Correctional Center, Oyo Town. The correctional facility had been attacked with explosives and some inmates were set free. Our security men were ambushed. As a result, we lost 2 of our security agents, a corporal with the Nigerian Army attached to Operation Burst, and an operative of the Oyo State Amotekun Corps, Tijani Sadiq Babatunde. Aside from the 2 lives lost, we had several operatives injured. I must mention that one of our Amotekun female volunteers, Shukrat Salau, is presently in critical condition. I visited her at the hospital and we're deploying all state resources to ensure that she survives this. Please let us all join in prayer for her speedy and complete recovery. Although some inmates have been recovered and taken back into custody, some are still at large. All security agencies have been placed on high alert to ensure that all that escaped are rearrested and returned to custody. I'm therefore using this opportunity also to put the citizens.
Anyway, and on and on and on and on. But what I just want them to bring back for us is this, because I actually miss him. Where is he? One sec. Oluye.
Border Island are black. Navy blue check. Jakamo. 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 Just see go. Just see go. Igbo. I'm got you are confused. The love is too much. 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 Jakamo. Jakamo. Let's go.
Last outing, Ekiti, that scared the real shit out of them when he said he was coming to Lagos. And Tifnumbu and gang gave the approval for the assassination of Oloye Sunday Igboho because it was about the Lagos rally. Lagos rally, kill him. According to our brothers and then our sister that got released from the DSS holding cell, one of them said, that night they came to Igboho's house. They came to kill him. They came with 3 herbalists. People who can challenge, like, Fadeye and Abijah. People they believe could challenge Igboho. If Igboho want to face them with if Igboho want to try that with them, they brought 3 herbalists, 3 different ones that can possibly challenge him too. And then they brought those who came in their hood, those ones who are speaking French. We be say now go they hear, they know the year come. So they killed 3 cats. The final one, they finally caught alive. They thought that one was Igboho. They had to arrest that cat. When they were releasing everything in the picture of what they allegedly took from Igboho's house, they did not tell us about that cat. To this day, they didn't report about the cats. And the 3 cats they killed. They killed 3 innocent cats, thinking Igboho turned to cats because the intention was killing, waiting, on top waiting. For asking us to stand up against the Fulani terrorists that are kidnapping us and collecting ransom. So I miss him. I actually miss him. So Seyi Makinde and co, you need to bring them back. Instead of all of you trying to take advantage of this, Boko Haram is like a devil. If devil give you chicken, Baba, if you collect your manhood, now so that they talk anyway, when we were growing up, they told us, they said, be careful of the devil. If you want to dine with the devil, you need to go and get a wooden spoon that is long. And Shibi ebodo long. If you want to dine with the devil, you must have a very, very long spoon. So that if trouble they come, you go just drop the food, drop the spoon, and japa. Because anything where devil give you, they say not times 10, if not times 1 million. I mean, which one be say, make devil say, okay, I won't give you change. Only for them to hand you over to terrorists that you will be paying ransom to. Do you understand now? And I hope that all of you who can think better should know that the reason why you are listening to me this evening is because you are concerned about what is going on in Nigeria. Now that you know, what are you going to do about it? Igbo asked us to stand up and defend ourselves. All of you trying to dine with Bokuwari. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu said, stand up and defend yourselves. All of you trying to milk that to go and join Bokuwari. Remember the old saying, avoid devil. If devil give you chicken, it can take your leg. It can take your eyes, your sight. If devil give you candy or Konogo one or Tabadadi, devil feel keep you in the toilet for weeks until you begin to collect drip. That's how they told us that it's how dangerous devil. So don't touch him. Stay with your brothers. Those of you who are on that road, walking codedly, and somehow you stumbled on my video, that don't go to that Abuja and make any deal with any devil. Don't join those who are sacrificing innocent people for a cause they don't even have a clue about, just for the momentary or what do you call it? Temporary gain. The Spirit of truth on the temple of truth is asking me or telling me now to tell you, you can still be saved. Don't dine with the devil. Those who fed the tigers, they mostly ended up in the bellies of the tiger, like the parable of the devil. Don't dine with the devil at all, is the advice. Because there is always consequence, and there are consequences for all those actions. The person, you see, if you sell, when you sell your brother, the person you sold your brother to will never trust you. Remember that too. I'm saying this because everybody will still do what they have to do. They say Shakpa, they wire many people in Nigeria now, which I know about. And so many people are ready to do anything just to survive for another day, including to betray any sense of morality, to think straight. But who am I to judge you? I am just your conscience telling you that you have a choice. Whatever they promise to give to you, ask yourselves, what do I stand to gain if I defend Nigeria? You are probably never going to get an answer, ever. But what do you stand to gain if you promote Yoruba Nation? I can give you some answers and some key points. When you promote Yoruba Nation, the following are 100% guaranteed to happen. Number one, you will take back control of everything that is yours. Taking back control, I'm not saying taking back control of, going back to these criminals. No. Taking back control means there will no longer be this external influence, external factors that criminal politicians, past and present in Yoruba land, for example, have been using as the reasons why our people have been condemned to poverty. There will be no external factor anymore. All of us will now know what is that, what are the things of Yoruba land? Where do we have them? What are the things that are ours? How can we use them? Now everybody will have an idea. And taking back control also means you can decide what type of government you want to be controlling your affair and what really defines you as a citizen. You see, as a citizen right now, Nigeria does not even have a definition for your citizenship. Who is a Nigerian? Nobody can answer it. What do you call it? Promoting Yoruba nation, promoting Biafra gives you that opportunity to experiment that. What is your citizenship? Your language, your culture, your tradition, your way of life, your trade, your marriages, things that connect you. You will find those things if you can be given the opportunity to explore them. That is why promoting and fighting for Yoruba nation gives you something you can experiment with. And when I say in control, I'm not saying that you're going to turn to London overnight. But how soon you turn to London, how soon you turn to Dubai, how soon you turn to a reasonable society that really cares for our own citizens and their future, how soon you turn to that will completely be up to you. This time around, there will be no Fulani influence. There will be no that influence. There will be no this influence. Because nobody will then control you without your consent. For the first time, that is something worth fighting for. Because it's just about asking questions, okay? What do I stand to gain? Don't listen to that bullshit of the biggest giant of Africa nonsense. And all the bullshit about having a football unite you, sport you, all those nonsense. Don't believe in that nonsense. That's a mirage you are living in, okay? Many of the great athletes you are supporting today, many of those that inspired you to join the kind of sport you are doing today, go and check the country they come from. Your country, Biafra, is times 10 of some of them, times 5 of some of them. So who told you that you can build the greatest athletes from that your country? Who says that the Yorubas cannot build the greatest athletes ever known in the whole world through that the Yoruba nation? Who says that the Arewans cannot, create the biggest and the best athlete that the world will ever know? Politicians who are milking from Nigeria will tell you needed to be together to have that great. The quota system is now giving you Malamu as the #1 most intelligent law officer in the entire 200 million country. So how has that been working for you? Crippled giant of Africa. Africa of where? Where you are actually like the crippled laughing stock of Africa. When they want to give an example of a failed place, a place that a country should never be like, other African countries will be pointing to Nigeria. And you see Nigerians, they'll be comparing themselves with Zimbabwe, Somalia. They will be comparing themselves with other countries that they will say, Nigeria is still better. They are comparing themselves with states that are not bigger than Ogun State. They are comparing themselves with countries that are not bigger than Ogun State. Some of them are not bigger than Ekiti, and they are country. You see these brainless mumus, educated morons. They jump at it. You cannot compare. Look at this. Olofo. That's the result of it. You've been damaged beyond any repair. You are comparing a supposed giant of Africa because your situation has become so terrible and worse that you'll be comparing yourself with Ghana. You'll be comparing yourself with Zimbabwe. You'll be comparing yourself with Niger. You'll be comparing yourself with Mali. You'll be comparing yourself with Chad. No be worried be that. See, we are still better off than Chad. We are still better off than. Why the rest of Africa are actually using Nigeria's. You see some of those born momos. Look at Uganda. Their president has been there for years. Look at Cameroon. Because those are the examples that your country has become. Those are the ones you can pretty much. And if I ask you, are those qualities what you want to fight for one Nigeria? Are those qualities not brought about by Tifnumbu and gang? Are they not the ones promising you that they are going to change if you change them for them? So is that what you want to fight for? Is that what you want to die for? Something that will still put you in that that basket of questioning, who are you? That's what Nigeria is. They will tell you, we own Nigeria. And they are right, they own Nigeria. So I'm only asking you to just think. You can abuse me, you can say anything to me. It doesn't really get to me. I've got the biggest, the strongest, fan base on social media. The most committed human beings who love the truth. So I'm not going to judge you. But you can abuse me if you disagree. I'll give you time. You are going to come around. Because this will remain in your own conscience. I'm pricking you, telling you, making you think, Mayegun said the truth. Oh, I just don't like the guy. You don't need to like me. You don't. I like you if you like me anyway. It's a good thing to be liked. But it is not a condition to listen to me. Because I'm going to remain your conscience. And I'm going to sit down here and I'm going to continue to sound like I'm so intelligent. I am so smart. Oh, I am this, I am that. Some people are going to feel jealous because people are going to say, Mayegun, you are so intelligent. No. Listen, I pay attention to many things that you all know about, but possibly never really paid attention to this much. So I then manage to get your attention to say, whatever you choose to do, even if what you are doing behind the scene is different from what you are doing publicly, I am your conscience that will tell you that whatever it is, they get consequences. And you can't pretend about it for too long. So I'm that somebody whose voice will always echo when some certain things start happening. Things that you never believe will happen. Things that you never expected to turn out what they will turn out to be. My voice will be echoing. You will be remembering. That Mayegun. Because I'll be your conscience. And being your conscience, I must not judge you. You are going to criticize. You're going to be kind of probably attack me simply because you don't understand me. Yeah, it's all right. People criticize or hate what they don't understand. But because I am not like other things other things you criticize or you hate because you don't understand. I am your conscience. The truth that tells you that nothing is hidden forever. Those who brought us to this level, committed this atrocity, they are not different and they will never be different. So if you agree with them, there will be consequences. Even if you pretend not to agree with them, but secretly you are working and agreeing with them, just remember, Mayegun, your conscience that says there will be consequences. Maybe I'm also pretty much like a teacher. Somebody who can put 1 and 2 together and help real smart people to see through them and say, Mayegun, I never really saw it that way. Man, I never thought it. I never actually thought about it that way, Sha. Oh, no wonder. Mayegun, you are a genius. Oh, no, I'm not a genius. I'm just your conscience that is helping to rejig your memory. There's nothing I tell you that you don't know. Maybe some of them you knew, you didn't, probably you can't remember. I am just that conscience. And that puts me in a very, very advantageous position that I cannot be a judge when I'm actually trying to make a soul convince itself and say, Mayegun is right. I'm going to do my part to stop these criminals. I'm going to do my best to get people to know that if they don't participate in stopping them, asking for referendum is not asking for war. Asking for self-determination is not a ask for war. I have to go out there and tell people that. Because if I don't, they are going to reject that call. They are going to persecute those who are asking them for it because they don't understand. But now that I understand better, I'm going to go out there and do that job. Right? And me, the chief priest of the Temple of Truth, my job is done. Like Americans will build a soldier, equip and train that soldier. For every soldier on the Temple of Truth today, and always, those who have reached that stage of puberty, the level where they are now real hard-out comrade who can talk and tell people that actions have consequences. Elections have consequences. The more I have those soldiers, you are my own asset too. When you go out there in America, in the UK, in Canada, in Dubai, in South Africa, in Ghana, in Nigeria, wherever you are watching from, when you go out there boldly and tell people that referendum is not war. The reason why Boko Haram and gang are able to do what they are doing right now is because of that fraudulent Decree 4 called 1999 Constitution. As long as that Constitution exists, we can all rant and cry and shout and fight and do this. Nothing is going to change. It is the ideal thing to promote and mobilize people that constitution must be stopped if you want to stop Boko Haram and gang. No palliative. No agreement today. No agreement tomorrow. No deal with Fulani terrorists. That constitution must go. And this is why. If you are bold enough to discuss that with people, and they begin to say it, when you say no election, they will not look stupid or look at you like, are you mad? What do you mean by no election? Because they will understand it. That election is validation of their murderous campaign. And it doesn't matter who is there. It is like a death sentence. Imagine that changes you're going to make. Eh? When you go into that community and say, our people, listen, if they don't change this constitution that will allow us to have a referendum and decide whether we want to be part of Nigeria or not, there's no point in going into any election with them. Any election with them, whatever name or anybody they push forward, Tifnubu and gang, we are doomed though. We are done for. So no agreement today, no agreement tomorrow. And continue to sing it like that. No agreement today, no agreement tomorrow. No agreement today, no agreement tomorrow. Again, no agreement today, no agreement tomorrow. No agreement today, no agreement tomorrow. So when you are bold enough to go into a community like that, when politicians like Tifnubu comes to them, they will be asking them questions. What are you going to do about this whole problem? Are you going to stop the problem before we do any election? Or you just want to lie to us to go into another election and you begin to tell us to start praying? No agreement. Now, that's community mobilization. That goes beyond the Temple of Truth. As a soldier that goes into this world today, from every corner of the world that you are watching this video from, as you have taken in this message, and you have also, sort of going to take it upon yourself to do similar thing and talk to people, communities in your area, make a difference, make an impact, start that, what is called grassroots mobilization and enlightenment. Do it for free. Don't expect any gratification. Don't expect any celebration or anything, right? You do it from every corner of the places you have and wait for it. Wait for the seed of that to germinate. You will be shocked when you say, you know what? I think we should agree to that. No election. It will make sense then. You'll be surprised at how many people that will agree with you. So I am your conscience, and if I have actually touched a special nerve in you right now, tonight, go out there, tell the world, Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. Oloye Sunday Igboho is not a terrorist. They are not criminals. They don't need amnesty. You don't give amnesty to freedom fighters. You negotiate with them on how you are going to go your separate ways. They don't give amnesty to freedom fighters. Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. That is why the amnesty they are giving to their terrorist brothers up north, which is illegal on its own, right? They can continue to do that. But Igboho doesn't need amnesty. Nnamdi Kanu doesn't need anybody's amnesty. What they want is Yoruba Nation and Biafra, and let the conversation around that start. That's exactly what should be our demand. That's what you should tell the whole world. That is what you should tell your children. You come from somewhere, remember? There is nobody who is Nigerian, no. They can't even define who is a Nigerian. But that's a story. That's a conversation for another day. But tell your children where they come from and go out there. If anybody comes out and says, I am speaking to Bokuari to pardon Igboho, he is a criminal, he is a thief, he is a saboteur. And as a saboteur, he is the enemy of the people. And listen to me, such people should not talk for you to listen. They are trying to milk the system. If anybody says he's talking to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to drop the agitation, blah, blah, blah nonsense, just know that he's speaking for himself or she's speaking for herself. No rightful thinking person will look at the injustice they have done to these two individuals, and all those who have been their followers and their believers, and everybody who believe in justice and liberty. No reasonable person will come out and ask Bokuari and say, oh, forgive them. No, nobody will do that. But in this regard, we will continue to share the word. I will continue to tell the world. The Fulani terrorists in power, they are not going to tell us how this is going to be. They are not going to use their propaganda to cause us more division. Let me tell you something. No man can control you without your consent. Somehow, the reason why we are where we are today, so many of us in their large numbers, they sold their consent. They gave their consent after collecting a cup of rice and so many other things they gave to them. So no man can control you without your consent. And that is why, in this regard, let's take back that control. Again, don't let these criminals lead the charge. Don't let them continue to plant their propaganda of division. Don't spread it, don't share it. Kill it and dead it when you come across it. Tell people the truth when you have the chance to. Don't keep silence when people are being lied to beside you. Intervene and say the fact there and leave. Do it. It helps. And in fact, the whole world is looking for answers for so many things. If you have the little you can share, do not hesitate. You don't know the life you might be changing. Just like people tell me, Mayegu, you are changing lives. Every time you turn on your camera and you turn on the microphone, you speak straight to our hearts, and you have no idea how many hearts you speak to, or how many hearts that looks forward to listening to you, because you are like the food that feed their souls, in order not to wonder about, because looking around you, there's so much propaganda, state-sponsored terrorism, that people have been so lost in them that they are beginning to believe them. But with platforms like yourself, Mayegun, feeding souls with the fact and truth, we have hope. You can also be that hope. And I hope I managed to make you believe it further in yourself. I'm going to leave you now. And to my friends on YouTube, before you go, you can like that video, share it. To my friends who are asking, how can I become a member of Mayegun's Diary Politico? It's so easy and it's free. You can be in, you can be out anytime you want, all right? It's not a contract or anything. You see that $sign that is beside the sign, beside your comment section on YouTube. If you tap it, check it out. You can check on how to become a member of Mayegun's Diary Political. And to all of you once again, who never stops sharing Mayegun's videos, no matter what. Before you even settle down to watch, you've already shared onto like 15, 20 platforms. You are the real MVP, the most valuable personalities, and let's leave it at that. You guys are the ones that makes this worth it while. And to every one of you again, thank you. And I'm going to see you again when I see you.